Hi everyone, it's Anant. Welcome back. What are the options for installing Active Directory? We have traditional way of installing Active Directory on Windows Server. Then we have Google Cloud where we can use managed Active Directory, and we have AWS managed Microsoft Active Directory. Let's discuss about those briefly in the coming slides. You might have heard of Azure Active Directory. Microsoft renamed that to Microsoft Entra ID. Entra ID is the next evolution of identity and access management solutions for the cloud, but it's not the same as traditional Active Directory. Traditional way of installing Active Directory on Windows Server is to install the role Active Directory domain services. We need to manually design and deploy the highly available AD topology. We need to run AD diagnostic manually to ensure the domain is healthy, including tracking DNS, replication, authentication, CPU load, and many more on the Windows Server. We need to also manually create backup plans and verify that our disaster recovery options are working fine. We define firewall rules for the network that host our AD domain. We need to take a special care to ensure other servers running on the same network cannot compromise Active Directory domain. We need to manually patch all the domain controllers in our site. We need to make effort to design and implement security based practices. One example would be to have time bound access to domain administrator account. We need to ensure only trusted users have administrative access to the resources that run the AD domain controller. Second option is Google managed services for Microsoft Active Directory. Managed services for Microsoft Active Directory offers highly available, hardened Microsoft Active Directory domain hosted by Google Cloud. This service helps reduce the important but mundane administrative tasks required to manage Active Directory, while also extending our Active Directory footprints into the cloud. Managed Microsoft AD allows connecting to our existing on prem Active Directory infrastructure from Google Cloud through a forest level trust, facilitating secure access to our organization's data. It's multi regional, it supports forest design, it also supports group policy. The managed Microsoft AD helps mitigate the effort required to set up and maintain Active Directory domain by automating a number of tasks. It differs from a traditional deployment of Active Directory. We can't create Active Directory sites in managed Microsoft AD because managed Microsoft AD doesn't support the Active Directory sites and services feature. We cannot create a child domain in managed Microsoft AD. Managed Microsoft AD cannot be part of any other Active Directory domain deployed either on Google Cloud or on prem. However, after we create a managed Microsoft AD domain in Google Cloud, we can create a trust relationship between the managed Microsoft AD domain and any other non managed Microsoft AD domain. That would be traditional Active Directory running on any virtual machine or any on prem server. We can access the managed Microsoft AD domain using virtual machines in the authorized Google Cloud VPC network or via on prem infrastructure and other cloud products that connect to Google Cloud via VPN or Cloud Interconnect. We can manage Active Directory using PowerShell and other Active Directory tools. Third on the list is AWS Managed Microsoft Active Directory. AWS Directory Service lets us run Microsoft Active Directory as a managed service. AWS Directory Service for Microsoft Active Directory, also referred to as AWS Managed Microsoft AD. It's powered by Windows Server 2019. When we select and launch this directory type, it is created as a highly available pair of domain controllers connected to our virtual private cloud. The domain controllers running in different availability zone in a region of our choice. Host monitoring and recovery, data replication, snapshots, and software updates are automatically configured and managed for us. AWS Managed Microsoft AD is your best choice if you have more than 5,000 users and need a trust relationship set up between an AWS hosted directory and your on prem directories. AWS updates DCs to add new functionality and keep the Microsoft Windows Server software current. During the patching process, the directory remains available for use. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, do let me know through comment section. Do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.